going on, everyone? This is Sonic Mix, and today I'm going to give my review of WWE SmackDown. SmackDown just happened just a moment ago. This is the date for May 17th, 2013, and not a good week for WWE this week. With Raw, in my opinion, at least I thought, an overall 5.5, not a great show for what they performed, and same thing with SmackDown. I think SmackDown had about 2 matches that I found that were enjoyable, and the rest was just like, I could care less about. Without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the night kicked off with Miz TV, starting off with Randy Orton and The Big Show. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't this supposed to be the highlight reel with Jericho? If so, why did they change it to Miz TV? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I heard this was supposed to be the highlight reel, but I guess there was a change of plan. Can't really say much about this. I mean, I guess it started off pretty interesting, and then all of a sudden, Henry, Del Rio, Swagger, and then Sheamus came out, and I just thought when all those guys came, they kind of killed it, and then they all had a little bit of a brawl afterwards, and I don't know, I just thought it kind of hurt it a little bit. I give that segment or promo, whatever you like to call it, in all honesty, a 1 out of 5. I felt that when all those guys came out, it hurted the promo between those two. It really did. And in a way, it kind of made the promo between Big Show and Randy Orton not seem all enjoyable. With that, they kind of killed it. So then after that, there was a Theodore Long announcement, basically saying that the main event tonight will be Del Rio, Orton, and Sheamus against Swagger, Show, and Mark Henry for the main event. Nothing special, nothing too interesting. 1 out of 5 just for that segment. Up next was The Shield versus the Usos. For a 2-minute match, this was pretty fast-paced, but once again, no-brainer, The Shield wins, and the Usos continue to go on their losing streak, which I feel bad in a way that they're making the Usos be on this long losing streak, and you know what? I think it's time to make them serious and to make them as champions one day or someday. And then Kofi Kingston comes out after the Shield victory and basically helps out the Usos. I give it a 1.5 just because it was 2 minutes, and if this match could have been like an 8-9 minute match, you could be guaranteed this match would have been a lot better. But it's free TV, it's 2 hours, so they have to cut time for the other matches. Up next was the Tons of Funk versus the Primetime Players in a tag team match. Surprisingly enough, this was a little bit better, but nothing too special. Back and forth action. This actually went on a little bit longer than the Raw match, but this time the Tons of Funk pick up the victory. 1.5 stars, I have to say. Oh, and also I completely forgot about the backstage promo. I don't know why I'm missing this. There was a backstage promo before the Tons of Funk match with The Miz, Theodore Long, and Damien Sandow. Basically, Damien Sandow saying that he should have his own talk show. And then Theodore Long says, well, prove me wrong by having your match against The Miz tonight. I actually thought it was going to be something more and enjoyable, but it was just kind of like, okay, whatever. A star and a quarter, 1.25 out of 5. And then it was the Tons of Funk that I mentioned. And then probably the best match out of the whole night, Chris Jericho versus Antonio Cesaro. This was a good match. The only problem I had with this match is, if there's any match that should show that's commercial free, this is the match. If this match would have been in its entirety, I could honestly say this match could have been at least over a 3-star match. But even though it was good for what it was worth, there was a couple points where it was slow and kind of dragged a little bit. In the end, Chris Jericho beats Antonio Cesaro with the Walls of Jericho. And then Fandango comes out, tries to interrupt, but fails. And then Antonio Cesaro gets up, and then Jericho hits him with the code breaker, and it ends like that. I give the match 2 and 3 quarters, 2.75 out of 5. Good, but can't give it a 3, unfortunately. Up next was that Zeb Coulter YouTube video that they have on YouTube. Now, me personally, I've not seen any of the videos, but from what they've shown on SmackDown and on Raw, they seem very entertaining and very interesting to watch. Sure, yes, it's all part of the show and all that, but it is a controversial talk, and it's been controversial since Zeb Coulter came into the picture. The stuff that they pulled for this one was interesting. 2.25 out of 5 for this one. Up next was The Miz versus Damien Sandow. This was decent. I guess The Miz picking up the win was kind of a no surpriser. I was actually hoping Damien would win. But seeing that The Miz has a match against Cody Rhodes, I guess they might as well give The Miz the win. The Miz did do commentating, and he did try to do some sort of distractions and all that, but of course it failed. And The Miz wins with the figure 4 leg lock. 2 out of 5 I have to give for this match. Up next, Kaitlyn versus Asana. I almost said something else. God only knows what I was going to say. This was pretty terrible. Actually, as a matter of fact, Asana did more in this match than Kaitlyn did. I know usually when it comes to women matches, they're usually not only nothing interesting to watch, but they're usually even. But this one, Asana did a lot more than Kaitlyn, at least I thought. Then Kaitlyn wins with a spear. 3 1/4. Not even a star in my opinion. And then, oh wow, actually, we might get this review done in less than 10 minutes. Surprisingly. And then finally, the main event, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Del Rio against Swagger, Henry, and The Big Show. Before the commercial break, this match was going good. But then after the commercial break, I felt that this match got very slow. I kind of felt like Del Rio dragged on way too long in the ring. Same thing with Sheamus, and Orton just kind of was in there to pick the pieces. Then the other side, they kind of had their share of fare, so kind of one-sided. But then, of course, when Orton came in, they did the comeback from behind, and the rest is history, pretty much. What could have been a 2 and 3/4, maybe a 3. I have to give it a 2.5, 2.5 out of 5. I really felt that after the commercial, it really got boring, and almost to a point, it was, I wouldn't say unwatchable, but just kind of like, I kind of know where this is going now. But then again, they could have had Big Show and his team win, but no, they had to give it to Orton to give the good guys the momentum for Extreme Rules. 2.5 if I didn't mention it already. So overall, this SmackDown, not very good whatsoever. In its entirely, 5.25 out of 10. Maybe a 5.5 if I want to be very nice about it. Alright, well, this was my review for WWE SmackDown, date May 17th, 2013. Quick reminder or quick announcement that I want to make. Tomorrow, Saturday, May 18th, I will be giving my preview of WWE Extreme Rules. So be sure to check that out. I'll actually post a link right there or somewhere around this video. I'll actually do it at the start of this video so that you can just go ahead, click on the link, whatever it is going to be on this video. Please go check that out. And until then, you guys have a good one. Hope you enjoy my review. Please do give me your review on how you guys thought the show was. And until then, this is Silent Mix saying you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys later.